Plans for a special session on guns in Florida isn't going to happen. Democrats couldn't get the votes. More on this now from our Dwayne Lindo.
Executive Director of the School Safety Advocacy Council, Kurt Lavarello, has made it a career to study guns and safety.
We owe it to that Orlando community and those victims in Orlando to sit back and come up with a solution, whether you're a Democrat or Republican.
Lavarello's mindset is echoed by Florida Democrats. Recently, an attempt was launched to hold a special legislative session with the goal of restricting gun sales to those on terrorist watch lists. It failed to get the support it needed, and Republican State Representative Greg Stubbe says that's a good thing.
It's sad that the Democrats are using a tragedy like this to try to push their political agenda. So at this point, we don't even really know factually everything that occurred to be able to make a decision.
Lavarello says the session wouldn't have been about politics, but preventing another tragedy.
But I really don't think this is a partisan issue. This is an issue that a lot of people want to try to put their hands around and come up with a solution for, because too many people are dying at the hands of these assault weapons.
He also disagrees with the argument that gun restrictions can't prevent gun violence.
There's not one single shred of scientific evidence that has ever supported the fact that the more guns we bring in, the less gun violence we'll have. That's just, it's crazy thinking.
But Stubbe, like many other Florida Republicans, stand firm when it comes to protecting Second Amendment rights.
I think there's a lot of things that we can do at the state level to allow law-abiding citizens' rights to defend themselves against terror.
Restricting those on federal terrorism watch lists from purchasing guns sounds sensible. But according to Stubbe, the state government doesn't even have to access federal records.
All of these terrorism watch lists, no-fly lists are all lists that are kept by the federal government, not by the state government. And the federal government really doesn't give out that information.
Holding a special session requires 60% support from members in both the Florida House and the Florida Senate. Only 13 of Florida's 40 senators voted in favor of the session, and 33 of Florida's 120 House members gave their support. Some Democrats even opposed the session, saying it would be a waste of taxpayer money.
Nothing's going to really get done. The whole idea really is just to sort of set, boundaries, set the line in the sand. And I just don't think that's appropriate for now. I don't think it's appropriate for taxpayer money. And I also think it's very, very divisive.
Lavarello isn't interested in the politics. He just wants to prevent another tragedy like the Pulse shooting from happening again.
We've got to find a solution, and to ignore it and say it doesn't exist, shame on you.
Dwayne Lindo, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.